Hello and welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast, and I am your host, Samuel. In this podcast, I interview top medical sales reps and leading medical sales executives across the entire country. And it doesn't matter what medical sales industry, from medical device to pharmaceutical to genetic testing to diagnostic lab, you name it. You will learn how to either break into the industry, be a top 5% performer within your role in sales, or climb the corporate ladder. Welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Medical Sales Podcast. I'm your host, Samuel. And today we have with us another special guest, and he goes by the name of Joey Hutchison. Who is Joey Hutchison? He's a graduate of the Medical Sales Career Builder program, and he has a story to tell. But I'm not going to give you any more. For the rest, you're going to have to listen to this episode. For all of you that want to get into the industry, I could not urge you enough to perk your ears up and listen carefully. Pearls in this one. And as we always do, we do our best to find innovative guests that are doing things differently in the medical sales space. And I really do hope you enjoy this interview. Hey, Joseph, how are we doing today?
I'm doing great, Samuel. How are you today?
I am excited because you're on the show, but I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let you tell everybody what's going on. Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Joey Hutchison. Currently, I am a B2B salesperson. And so recently I've been offered the opportunity to work with Stryker within their trauma sales development program.
And the reason why I'm so excited that Joey's on the show is because he went through the Medical Sales Career Builder program to this wonderful opportunity that he has accepted. So let's get right into it. Talk to us about where you were before you found the Medical Sales Career Builder. What was going on in your life?
Yeah. So, honestly, I was pretty lost. I was working B2B sales. And so my first job, I was laid off. And then my second job, I kind of just took the first job that was presented to me just due to the economy and what was pretty much going on. And so took a job down here in Philadelphia, got my B2B sales experience up. And so I actually came across your program via LinkedIn. And so reached out to some of the account executives, had my first initial call, and I was sold ever since.
And it was sold ever since. You know, how was the search before you found us? Because a lot of clients, a lot of people that want to get into this industry, some people take years before they actually get any traction or before they find a program like ours and then finally have success. How long were you looking for? What was going on?
Yeah, quite frankly, the search takes a very long time. I was constantly putting out applications left and right. I was applying to Stryker, other pharmaceutical companies, medical device companies, and I just wasn't getting any traction. And so I was probably working at this for about 3 months, not really connecting people on LinkedIn or anything like that, but probably about 6 months just putting applications and not hearing anything about it.
Got it. So I guess we'll ask, what were the top 3 things you loved in the program?
Yeah, the first thing I would say was definitely the commitment level. If you're going to join this program, I just want to let you guys know now, it's a very big commitment. So putting in 2 to 3 hours a day on the program is very crucial in order to get in the job that you want and the space that you want to. And then second, I would say it feels like a family. So joining this program, I would say they really do want the best for you. People within the program, you can text them at any point in time, call them anytime, FaceTime or anything like that. And so they very are open to getting to know you as a person and really want the best for you in the program. And the third, I would say, is the payoff. At the end of the day, if you do join this program, you will get the job that you want. And coming from a perspective where I was kind of skeptical, it truly is worth it. I got my job in 3 months. There's no other reason why someone can't get their job in 2 months if you're putting in the work and time for it. And so those are the big 3 reasons for me right there.
Got it. So, you said something interesting. So, normally we ask anybody in this program to spend around 4 to 6 hours a week, but you were spending 2 hours a day. And you did say that you felt you could have got the position in 2 months as opposed to 3 months or any longer. So you put in a little extra time, but I love the fact that you recognize that even though you took less than 3 months, because you put in an extra time and you follow the strategy and you follow what we teach in the program, you're confident you're going to get the job.
Exactly. And so going along with that, it's like medical sales is very competitive to get into. And so if you're not going to be that person who's very competitive and putting in that work on a day-to-day basis, once you do land that job in medical sales and you're not willing to put that time in, it's probably not going to work out. And so, I mean, I think it works out for the best. And so if you really are committed to the program, you will get the outcomes that you want.
Awesome. Now, talk to us a little bit about the context of how your mindset changed, where your mindset was when you joined, and what your mindset turned into as you went through the program.
Yeah. So previously, I would say my mindset was to just spam. So my mindset was the more applications that I do have out there, the more opportunities that I will have for a recruiter to pick up on my application. And so looking back on it, that just does not work at all. You have to really reach out. It's relationship building, reaching out on LinkedIn, getting to know people so that when it does come time for a recruiter to look at your application, you already have someone in the process saying, hey, I've spoken with Joe. Joe's a really good guy. There's no reason why he can't do this job. It's the best of the capabilities, and he does fit in with this company. And so I would say going from a more broad approach to more specific is definitely what you will gather joining this program.
Absolutely. You know, one of the features that we have is we help you find a good fit to start with. You know, we don't really believe in this, I just want to get in, and we definitely don't believe in praying and spraying, like you just mentioned.
Exactly.
And we really do teach a very strategic and targeted approach. Talk to us a little bit about how identifying which field you get into worked for you and what that led you to.
Yeah. And so first off, I looked at sports medicine, total joints, upper extremities. And so what I ultimately chose was trauma. And so everyone has to kind of feel that trauma isn't really for them. They don't want to do the long hours. But the way I kind of approached it was, if I can do trauma and spend all of my time doing the job, why wouldn't I want to do that? I mean, I want to get into medical sales. It's a grind every single day. And so that's personally what I chose. But I mean, I looked at sports medicine, upper extremities, everything. So really getting a holistic approach as to what the job is. Are you willing to be on call? Are you willing to put in long hours for the job is ultimately what came to me for picking trauma.
Yeah. You know, we have our workshops that kind of give you a taste of everything that there is. And so, you know, I love the fact that you were able to utilize that to help you make some decisions. Tell us a little bit about, you know, take us back now to the call, you know, when you were told you got the job, you know, what was, I don't know, relive the moment for us and just take us there.
Yeah. And so I was actually leaving my current job now. And so I got a text message from the regional sales manager, and my heart kind of just dropped because there wasn't a lot of context around it. It was more just like, hey, Joe, give me a call. And I was like, oh my gosh, like these last like 2 months, I've been putting in work to get this job. And, you know, I just really wanted the job. And so I was like, hey, yeah, I'll give you a call when I get back to my apartment. And so fast forward, I get there. I gave her a call and she goes, hey, Joe, I just want to thank you for putting in the time of coming out and being with the team. We really do appreciate it. And she goes, boom, we want to offer you the job. And so honestly, I almost cried because, you know, there's like a myth about like that medical sales is very hard to get into, which it is. But I mean, if you do put the time in and the effort into this program, you will get that job that you want. And, you know, my parents were really happy, my siblings, my cousins, I told everyone in my family, super excited about it. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's a great feeling when hard work does pay off.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better. It's a great feeling when hard work pays off. Amen to that. You know, Joseph, you were an exemplary candidate that went through the program. You came in, you were very serious. You wanted something. You knew you had to put in work to get it, and you followed everything that we teach to the T. For those listening right now that are maybe on the fence or maybe where you were before you found us and thinking, how am I going to get into this career? What I'm doing on my own is not working. What would you share to them about why they should do this program?
I mean, I think first you're going to get a holistic approach as to what medical sales is, because when I first joined, I was in between pharmaceutical, medical sales. I mean, I had a call with you to try to pick out which field was going to be for me. And so that's definitely a big game changer. But I think you're going to be treated as a family. That's the biggest thing. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many calls I had with people who do work for the company about just calming my nerves down, going into big meetings for these companies and just interview tips. So I think that if you are on the fence of joining the program, I would say it's definitely a family, and you will get the results that you want. Because at one point I was in your shoes saying, hey, is this program worth it? Am I going to be able to get a job in 3 months or less? And I can't tell you it's truly is worth it. You will get exactly what you want out of this program as long as you do put the work in for it.
That's fantastic. Joey, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I can't say anything bad about this program. I mean, everything about this program is just top notch, top of class. I mean, Samuel, I've texted you, called you at early mornings, so I know you probably didn't want a phone call there. I've called a bunch of people within the program. I mean, it's just, they truly do want the best for you. And it's just way more than what I expected. And so I just want to say thank you, Samuel, for allowing me to join the program. This program truly does get you to where you need to be. And as long as you do want to put the hard work in, which does come along with medical sales, I mean, the sky's the limit for the program, from anything from the coworkers that do work for the program, the early morning phone calls, anything along those lines, they will be here for you. And it truly is a family. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, Joey, we can't wait to see the amazing things you do at the new company you work for as a medical sales professional. And thank you again for being on the show. One more thing we're going to do before we wrap up is have a lightning round. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. So first question, Joey, what is the best book you've read in the last 6 months?
I would say I have a book right now in my side saying the top 5 rules to being a medical sales rep. And so that is probably the one that I would recommend to a lot of people who want to join this program. And it's a great book.
Awesome. Second one, what is the best TV show or movie you've seen in the last 6 months?
These podcasts. I mean, I've been watching your podcast for a very long time. They do give you a great insight as to what the industry is and medical experts in the field now. So I would definitely say I was very big on the podcast.
Now that is a first. We've had over 180 episodes and no one has ever said the podcast as their favorite TV or show in the last 6 months.
Exactly.
Everybody, I did not plant that. This is all Joey. And that is awesome to hear. Third thing, what is the best meal you've had in the last 6 months?
I would say my parents Venmo'd me $50 to go and get a steak dinner once I told them that I got the job. So that was definitely very good. There's no more living on that tight budget anymore.
Where did you go? What meal? What kind of steak was it?
So we went to Fogo de Chao. So it's a big restaurant here down in Philadelphia. So it's a buffet style. So it was very good.
Fogo de Chao. And then what kind of steak do we get if we go to Fogo de Chao?
So I had a sirloin, but they come around with different kinds of meats. It's like 5 to 10 different kinds. And it's a fun experience.
All right. Well, then that's happening. And the last question, what's the best experience you had in the last 6 months?
Getting this job. I mean, it changes the course of my life and my career from where I possibly would have thought it would go. I mean, I really did think that I would be in B2B sales for the rest of my life and kind of just sticking in that, that cold calling 9-to-5 job. But I mean, getting to be in the field, getting to be in the OR room, something I'm super excited to start with. And I'm super excited to start next week.
That's fantastic. Well, again, Joey, thank you for being on the show and so proud of you, man. Congrats again on becoming a medical sales professional.
Thank you so much.
And that was Joey Hutchison. Need I say more? You heard it yourself. Let's make this more direct. You want to be in Joey's position? You want to get a position like he did? Then let's make it happen. Find us, evolvesuccess.com. Fill out the application. Schedule some time with one of our account executives. And let's get you going. Let's get you on that track to a position and just living a completely different life than the one you're living right now. As always, we do our best to bring you guests that are doing things differently in the medical sales space. So make sure you tune in next week for another episode of the Medical Sales Podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, I have a couple programs that show you exactly how to break into the medical sales industry, become a top-performing medical sales professional, and also how to masterfully navigate your career to executive level leadership. Check out these programs and learn more at evolveyoursuccess.com. Stay tuned for more awesome content with amazing interviews. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And remember, I have a couple programs that show you exactly how to break into the medical sales industry, become a top-performing medical sales professional, and also how to masterfully navigate your career to executive level leadership. Check out these programs and learn more at evolveyoursuccess.com. Stay tuned for more awesome content with amazing interviews.